Hello everyone, this is Mr. Zach from the Youth Arts Initiative at the Boys and Girls Clubs. My fellow teachers and I are going to be making videos to teach you all about a variety of topics. I'm going to be focusing on filmmaking, and this will be the first video in that series. So filmmaking is a very accessible form of art. Almost everyone nowadays has a smartphone in their pocket, and every one of those phones likely has a video camera built into it. And anyone can go out and make a film. But before we jump into exactly how to do that, it's important to understand the vocabulary of everything. There are a lot of different parts to making a film, so knowing what everything means can really help you in many different ways. So let's get started.
Alright, so the first term we're covering is the term shot. And a shot is a piece of footage that is uninterrupted, and it takes place from the moment you start recording to the moment you stop recording. So here I have a lovely shot of me entering my apartment, and you see I started recording, I do the shot, and I come back and I stop the recording. So that is one shot. The next term we're covering is called a take, and a take is essentially another attempt at a shot. So you can have multiple takes for one shot. Just like you see here, there's 2 takes of me doing the same thing, walking into the door. So yeah, this shot took 2 takes. That would be how you use it in a sentence. The term cut is also really important, and when you're using a cut, you are essentially going between shots. So if you see here, I am cutting between all these shots of me walking to my fridge, grabbing these beans, and then putting them on the counter. Okay, so next up we have the term scene. And scenes are made up of a bunch of different shots that are typically taking place during a specific part of a story. For example, I'm using the same footage here, but this could be considered a scene, and because it's essentially me doing one action over the course of a bunch of different shots. So you could call this the bean grabbing scene if this was a full-length movie, which unfortunately it isn't, but anyway. So moving on to possibly a higher quality example, this here is a scene from the Avengers where all the Avengers are hanging out in an apartment, and you can see them cutting between shots as they discuss Thor's hammer. So a couple more useful terms to know are pre-production, production, and post-production. This is essentially the whole process that filmmakers use to make a film. Pre-production is everything that needs to be done before you even pick up the camera. It's the planning and preparation stage. This could be brainstorming ideas for a story, figuring out all of the props you need, all of the equipment, etc. And then we move on to production. And this is when you actually start filming. It's fairly straightforward. You just try and stick to the plan that you made in pre-production and make sure you have all of the footage you want before moving on. So the final stage would be post-production. And this is where all of your work comes together. You edit your videos and choose all of your best takes. You add music, sound effects, maybe some titles to make your footage into a final product, which is your film.
And there you go. Those are some of the basics when it comes to the vocabulary of filmmaking. There's a lot more out there, but this should be enough to get you started, and I will certainly cover more as we go along with these videos. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.